Okay, Nanwan, tell me your problem. I met this really pretty woman on Hinge and talked for a few days, and I asked her to meet up on a lunch date. Okay. When I met her, she's extremely beautiful, even prettier in person. This made me even more nervous than I was previously. So, how did the date go? Well, I thought it went great. Throughout the date, I would ask her questions, and she was answering in long, thoughtful answers. The only problem was that she wasn't asking much about me. This could have been my fault though, because, I continued to ask her questions after she just answered the previous one that I had asked her. Interesting. And why was that? Well, as I said, I was extremely nervous and was trying to prevent the awkward silence that happens on the first date. Got it. So, how did the date end? Well, we told each other that we had a great time, but that was it. Later in the day, I messaged her, quote, "Thanks for today." It took her a while to respond, but when she did, her response was the opposite of what I wanted to hear. What did she say? She said, "Thanks for today. I had fun, and I think you're a great guy, but," here's the but unfortunately, I didn't think the connection was really there for me. Well, that doesn't sound too bad. Doesn't sound too bad? Are you kidding me? I was gut-wrenched. All I could do was type back, okay, best of luck to you? Okay, so what's your question? Well, I understand that my chances are slim of achieving a second date, but for some reason, I still want to attempt it. Got it. That's your ego talking. What do you mean? Well, our egos don't like rejection. Oftentimes when we get rejected, our ego tries to prevent our feelings from being hurt by denying the reality of the situation, which is that someone said no to us. So you think you're great, therefore a rejection feels like someone is telling you the opposite of what you think about yourself. And so now your ego is desperately trying to prove to you that you're still a great guy by hoping to win over this other person that just rejected you. But Harry, I felt chemistry with her and I really enjoyed talking to her. Are there any things that I can try that may interest her in attempting a second date? I mean, not really, because it doesn't matter how much chemistry you felt or how much you enjoyed talking to her. You got to ask yourself, how much chemistry did she feel? How much did she enjoy talking to you? See, if both parties on a date aren't feeling those things, it's not going to work just because one person felt it. And also, people are pretty good at assessing how they feel about a person after that first date. So if she's not feeling it, she's not feeling it, and you have to take her at her word. But get this, what if I ask her out in a different way with like flowers or a poem or whatnot? I know chemistry rarely happens on that first date, and I think that if she just got to know me a little more than surface level, that she may even like me. But she still has to like those surface level things about you. They are essentially the front door that helps her determine if she wants to look at the inside of the whole house. So your front door may be fine for other potential mates, but for her, it just wasn't to her liking. Look, ultimately, she did you a favor, okay? She actually told you, in a polite way, by the way, that she didn't feel the chemistry. She didn't ghost you. She didn't leave you hanging or wondering how she felt. You just know. You know the reason that most women don't do that in the first place, though? Not really, because the few times that they do, the guy doesn't get it and tries to ask her out a second time or bring her flowers or write her a poem and is just constantly contacting her in hopes of another date. You know what that feels like to a woman? Flattery? Harassment, Nanwan. What? Not me. I would never do that. I mean, most men would say the same thing, but that's what it feels like to women. So instead of being that guy and freaking her out, why not just chalk this one up to, hey, you weren't compatible and you should ask someone else out on a date. Yeah, I guess you're right. I'm sure there's other women out there who would be happy to go out with me. There you go. That's the right attitude. Matter of fact, I'm going to text that girl back and tell her that right now. Let me go get my phone. Oh boy. Well, for the rest of you, be sure to like and subscribe to this video and don't be a non-one.
I'm a non-one. I call up a girl 50 times a day.